in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're not really giving me much time to practice. I gotta put these...
You should have been practiced by now.
What? Ooh.
Oh my god, that one right there. Right there.
That was a good one.
I'm not... My skill level...
Oh.
That one was pretty good.
That was pretty cracking.
It was cracking.
Mine squeaks like it's laughing at me.
Because you're not doing it right. Last one.
Oh.
Alright. We should start the show.
Okay. I'm going to practice more.
Good.
Alright. My name is Chip.
My name is Aaron.
And I like to sew.
I like to crochet and knit.
And you like to watch.
You do episode 6.
6.
We are this many.
6.
Is that the sign language? 6?
6. Yes.
666. No.
So, welcome back. It has been a couple of weeks since we've had our last recording. We've been busy. We went to
LA. We went to DragCon.
Oh, backwards.
We went to Universal Studios. And let's start with DragCon. We got there on Friday night. We went to we asked some friends. We went to the LA airport.
No, was all I was going to say. You had 2 friends from work.
I had 2 friends from work go.
I had a friend from work, and he had 2 people.
Yes.
So there was a little cohort we had.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you gotta meet up for a few hours, disappear for a few hours, meet up for a few hours. So it was really nice.
Yeah.
Got into LA on Friday night. The first person we saw was Yara Sofia, if anybody remembers her from season...
Yara Sofia
from season 3 or 4? I don't remember. She had this big thing around her face.
No, okay, so we got a late flight, and we're waiting curbside for a freaking half an hour.
Literally a half hour for our
waiting
Uber.
for our Uber, and all you can do is people watch. You're looking for a car, and you're people watching. And there was every walk of life, and it was very fun to look at. Then all of a sudden, this queen in this fierce visor, big pouty lips, pushing her gear like this. I mean,
she looked miserable. She wasn't happy in the first place. I think she arrived late. I think her flight was late.
Aaron says, I think that was Yara Sofia. Sure enough, he made a boogie line, went and hunted her down, and got her picture.
I did. Me and my friend Tawan got a picture with her. So that's how the weekend started.
Yeah, so it was like hunting Pokemon.
It was like hunting Pokemon. Then Saturday, we went to the actual convention center for DragCon.
This year, it was different than last year.
This year, it was much bigger. We met most of the queens we wanted to last year. So it wasn't much standing in line. We stood in line right when we got there for Alaska, which we wanted to meet her anyways.
Yeah, so it was like last year we stood in a lot of lines. And this year
we just standing in lines.
We didn't stand in the lines to meet the queens. We did more of a voyeur thing. But what was really nice is that we got to see a lot more of the whole trade show.
Yeah. So it actually went to vendors' booths and dealers' booths instead of standing in lines, which was nice.
Yeah,
but yeah, we met Alaska. I met Jocelyn Flotz. Alaska looked
gorgeous. And we're going to push that picture.
Are we? It's right here.
Yeah.
So I met Alaska. Then I snuck over to Willem's booth, which I'm a huge Willem fan. I wanted a t-shirt.
We saw her last year.
She's the only queen I stood in line for twice.
She was our favorite one last year, so...
Yeah. And then Jocelyn Fox.
Keep it foxy.
And I think... Was that it? But that night, we'll rewind a little bit, when we went back to our hotel afterwards, we were just outside, and Shangela pulled up in her little Cadillac.
She was riding. She had her town car or whatever it was. Yeah, town car. And all of a sudden, we both just looked at each other, looked at her, and sure enough, she was kind enough to give us another picture.
Which we'll put right here.
Yeah.
But no, she was very nice. Obviously,
nice.
She was in a hurry, and we didn't want to bug her too much, so... Yeah. We got to meet Shangela. Then we went the second day, and it was a lot more hanging out. I had a little interaction with Detox.
You have to tell this one.
So there was a child kid runway.
There was
a drag.
A kids drag runway show.
And to be fair, only the first kid came out fierce and was drag ready. The rest of them were just kids kind of just.
That kid was. I can't do it fast enough. That kid was fierce.
No, he was awesome, but was really awkward to me for some reason. So it's me, Chip, Detox was here, and Latrice was over here. We're just kind of had to be standing next to him. This kid came out, a boy, him, whatever, I don't know. It was a boy, and he had a bow tie on. He looked like he wasn't. He looked like
any of your
like he was going to T-ball.
Yeah,
like that. And he had a bow tie, but then he brings out another boy.
He's leading another boy
on a dog leash,
and the kid is walking on his hands and knees.
Yes, and I looked at Chip. I went, "Oh my gosh!" He had the mask on too.
The mask.
And I looked at Detox, who looked at me, and we both went. I go, "It's a bit much." And she goes, "It is a bit much," and we kind of laughed, but it was kind of awkward. But then again, I don't know. You just don't expect to see a 12-year-old boy leading another boy around on a dog show.
I'm sure he was thinking that they were just playing.
Yes.
Dog.
Yes.
Whatever.
Playing dog.
Anyway, the show was a lot of fun. We're not going to drag on, but we did get just share with some of our merch. We got the Alaska Thunder Fun book. Haven't read that yet. I got some because I'm going to be putting stickers all over my Bernina
sticker yourself.
780. So
here's a Ruse sticker that we got.
Yeah, I got one
of
those.
Which is very colorful.
We got Willem
stickers. Some of them may not totally be appropriate, but that's Willem in general.
Yeah, that's Willem.
The other way.
Like that?
No, it's actually like this. I don't know. Anyway, I think we're going to be fine.
So there's one. And then there was Alaska's book.
Yes.
Why is it all going sideways?
Because the thing is wrong, so it's actually supposed to be like this. Okay. We're all right.
Oh, my God. And then, one more thing. My favorite for all of you diehard fans, I got an embroidery patch that says, it's little pound cake. It says, "You're not my real dad, and you never will be." So, I saw this, and I was like, I absolutely love this.
It's awesome.
I'm either going to put it on a jacket, or I'm going to put it on a hoodie. But I absolutely loved it.
Another thing that I got is this one guy, sorry I don't remember his name, did kind of a set of photos and pictures, not photos, but paintings that he did, which was season 3 queens, but dressed as Bob's Burgers. So like Bob was dressed as Milk, Tina was dressed as, I think, Shangela. I don't remember the rest, but we had to have Linda Belcher.
We love
Linda Belcher as Bendela Creme. So I don't know how well you can see that, but it's pretty awesome. So it's Bendela Creme's likeness as Linda Belcher.
Which is really cool because he's, as long as it's a mashup of his, and it's new art, he's totally, not infringing anybody's proprietary blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so we love the mashup because we love Bob's Burgers and we love the Queens. So, okay, moving on. We don't want to...
Oh, last thing. I'm sorry. These were everywhere.
They were everywhere.
I kind of made fun of them the Saturday we were there because everybody was walking around cracking them. Kind of got annoying. But then yet Sunday, we ended up with some. There was just tons of them. And for some reason, all the Queens have their merchandise with their pictures on them. So I don't know why this year was the year of the fan, but it is.
It was the year of the fan and the crown. So
lots of crowns as well. Then and I got a little Linda Belcher Bendela Creme pen, which I think you can see right there. Hopefully,
cute.
And then we went to Universal Studios Monday, and I know I wasn't a ride person, but I said I'm going to get on some rides this year. Got really sick on Harry Potter, and I was nauseous for 5 hours. So it was something.
Okay, in all fairness,
I hated every minute of it.
You were green.
I was green. I got on the ride. I go, this is going to be a nightmare for me. So the big screen comes on. The thing starts moving. We're shaking. We're shimmying. And I said, please, God, just make it stop. You know what God did?
It stopped.
He broke the ride and made it stop. So I don't know if we're up in the air 1 foot or up in the air and 100 feet because my eyes are closed. The screen goes black and we hear, attention, the ride has blah, 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 blah. Everybody around me is like, ah. I was miserable. I said, please just make it start again. He made it start again. And then we eventually got off. I went outside, very ill and nauseous, and he goes, you look so green. I was like, probably. Get ready to throw up. I didn't. Made it through. I was miserable. I was tired.
Oh, plus.
But we made it through.
Oh, God.
So Universal Studios, great for other people. For myself, meh, not so much.
I like rides. So, like, there was... Actually, they're in Florida, the Universal Studios. Like, they had Tower of Doom. They had the Spider-Man, which I think... They converted the Spider-Man into the Harry Potter thing because it's just too similar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Harry Potter was pretty cool. I mean, from the detail to the wand store to the candy store, everything was top notch. So there was nothing wrong with that. It's just me and my rides and my...
So the one thing at Universal Studios... So we're in the... So like one thing that I learned is that you've got these kids that are with mom and dad that are wanting their stuff. They wanted the tie, they wanted the cloak, they wanted the wand.
There was an owl. There was a cool owl that you can move its little head.
Yeah. So, like, the cloaks by themselves, polyester, $180. I was just like, wow. But, side hustle.
Side hustle.
Make some funny ones. But, okay. But then I saw these... pins, and my favorite's green.
My favorite's blue.
Your favorite is blue. So green happens to be Slytherin, and blue is Ravenclaw.
Yes.
So we've got pins that we could put on. I don't know where I would wear this, but it says
head boy.
Head boy, which I thought was hysterical.
It's funny.
It's just, like maybe you could put that on one of your craft bags.
Head boy.
Yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. Sorry, guys, it's going to be that kind of day.
I love it. I love it.
So, that's what
we've been up to. We do have one shout out. I want to say hello and thank you to Zach. Zach is from, the Stout Stitch Crochet Podcast. I know Zach because I watch his podcast. I just forgot the long name of it. So a couple of weeks ago, he gave us a big shout out to his viewers and introduced us, and some of you guys came from him. And thank you so much. It's very sweet of him to do that. And also, his last episode, go out and check it out because he shows some of his makes, which he makes ponchos and things like that. But he's a crocheter. He talked about kind of big box stores and him getting some flack from some people for where he shops and why does he shop there and not local yarn stores. So it's kind of a subject that I don't know if we need to necessarily go into it. But if you want to watch his podcast and kind of let him know what you think about that, because we'll shop anywhere, we'll do anything. And
he got in trouble for one of the big box shops that he went to, and it's like his question is like, should there be such a big fuss? Like, it's very easy for people to say, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't shop here, where it's like basically what you need to be saying is, I need you not to shop here, or instead of saying you need to do this, say I need you to do this. So just giving him some support and saying, look, I know what it's like,
But he's also from a place that he said that his town's small and all he has is like 2 little box stores. There's no local yarn store within 70 miles. Mm-hmm. So do what you can to get somewhere and just make your craft happy. And yeah.
I mean, like, you do what's best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another shout out.
And I would say, just work. Slay it.
My other shout out is to our next visitor. Who is this visitor behind us?
I
said, Chip, you made that?
I got quilts, they're multiplying. And I'm losing control. Yes, I finally finished Postcard from Sweden. It took like
awesome.
Over a month.
Exit for a minute.
No. We got pictures.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing? So weird. So, 1,680 half square triangles, which I don't understand why it's... Okay, so it's not an isosceles triangle.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I guess there's different triangle shapes, but this one, it's a... Two of them make a perfect square, so they call it a half square triangle. We call it a half square triangle. Yeah. So, it took... like a lot. I mean, like easily for the past 2 days, sun up to sundown, like up until midnight, I have just been quilting it every which way. It's
so awesome. It's so huge.
And I'm so glad. It's 120 by 112, so it is a king size, and I'm very, 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 very pleased with it. I would recommend this. We can give a link at the bottom. Or in the show notes, but I would recommend this pattern for a new sewer. It's getting you by repetition, making perfect straight lines. It sounds like it would be monotonous, and it can be, but you do as little or as much. And even I even noticed when I would walk away and I would come back, it would. Couple of minutes it would take me to get perfect again. And another thing that I noticed is that not every line is exactly perfect, but you can only tell that when you're actually working, when you step back and you're able to just admire it from like a 10-foot.
Yeah,
it's really you're never going to know all of your mistakes, especially if you didn't make it. So I would say try it. It's nothing but piecing straight piecing, and
it's amazing.
It's really great. And you could do a lap size. Like this was way big. I mean, like this was 2 kits worth of material, and I actually did have some left over. So yeah, you don't have to make it like this big.
You might have said the pattern, but just in case, can you repeat it?
Postcard from Sweden.
Postcard from Sweden. I wasn't sure if you said it or not. But...
Yeah, the designer, she has an Etsy shop, and I can put you a link on there too. Actually, she can. And she was in IKEA, and she saw a series of postcards that were this look, and she immediately she got her inspiration. Nice. So it was like, okay, bought the postcard, and then she came up and designed the quilt.
He came home every night for a couple weeks and just so you put a lot of work into this.
Cutting, sewing, ironing. Cutting, sewing, ironing. Cutting, sewing, ironing. Well, yeah.
It's nice because there's one section that I love the most and the other section he loves the most, and they're on opposite sides. So when it's on the bed, it makes sense.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. I'm very proud.
So there'll be more pictures. I hope we're already showing you that in the as we're talking. But if you have any questions, just leave it a comment.
Yay!
Aaron.
Yes.
What'd you make?
So I started when we went to LA. I did a little airplane knitting. I was like, I wanted something kind of just to do on the airplane. Obviously, nothing too extravagant. So I made this Hill 60 hat. And it looks, if I remember, Galt House yarn. And it looked like it was going to be a semi-easy knit, so that's why, obviously, I started on the airplane. Now, I had some Simply Worsted by Haiku yarn, which I've never used before, but a friend from Ohio, when I was at home last, her mother gave me tons of yarn, and this is one of the things in my stash. Then once I started it, I realized that I didn't have enough yarn. So I went for the whole red, white, and blue look.
It's Memorial Day.
It is Memorial Day, and also when we finished it, the way it's shaped right now, it kind of looks like a firecracker, which is the old popsicles, if you remember back in the day. If you look them up, I think they went blue, white, red, but that's exactly what it reminds me of. So, I like it a lot. Let's see the sides.
Oh, you got a stringy.
Do I have a string? Okay, there we go. I like it a lot. My big thing now is Okay, that's just a mess. The thing now is, I want to add a Pom Pom to it. So I have
to Pom Pom.
To Pom Pom or not to Pom Pom. So all the scrap yarn I had left over, I made a Pom Pom, and I'm just trying to see if I need one or not. I think it would.
Why don't you do one of those snaps?
Like the snap Pom Pom?
Yeah. Because sometimes you feel like a pom pom, sometimes you don't.
But then, what do you do with the big snap that's just at the top? People are gonna be like, "What's that metal?" I guess you can put anything on there, right?
Wait, let me see it.
There it is.
You're the hat that I want. You're the hat that I want.
But I think you look better in hats like this than I do. Like when you wore mine a couple episodes ago, I don't know if my head's shaped weird or. Yeah, it looks good.
I know.
It looks okay. Wait, hold on. Sit there. Turn again?
I don't want a pom-pom.
Really?
You might as well go out and get yourself a Trans Am.
I don't know. I just like it. It could be a cat toy later. I might hit myself in the face. That's fun. But because of the time and our little vacation, that is all I have for You Made That.
You made that?
You made that.
Wow. Actually, I think I may have this.
What do you mean you may have it? Like, you're going to keep it?
I think I might.
Okay. Just like you're going to keep all the other ones.
No, believe me, I don't want them all.
Yeah, there's been some hot mess hats in this house. Not all
Don't
of them.
flatter yourself.
Not all. No, I try to make some stuff. I try to be creative, and they turn out to be...
Honey, you better work.
Whatever. Okay, I'm over it. So with that,
okay.
what are you making?
Jokes.
Big jerk.
All right, so I've had, what do I have? What am I making? So, my Miss Bernina B780,
Aww.
her thread cutter went amiss. And so, like, I have been limping along without a thread cutter. So I took it to the shop down the street, and apparently it needs to be swapped out. I don't think I did anything.
No.
But the guy was really nice, and he's like, hey, it'll be under warranty, so, don't stress out about it. And I'm like, it's under warranty? I'm thinking, because I bought the machine secondhand.
Yes.
Why do I just think of Secondhand Rose?
What's that?
It's a song. It's like, it's a musical, Secondhand Rose. I don't remember how it goes, but Secondhand Rose. So anyway, so as soon as the part comes in, then they're gonna I have to take the machine back, but you get used to what you get used to.
Oh, you were livid.
I was like, because it's like, I'm used to using my knee to have the presser foot go up and down. It's like you get used to that, and then like the thread, I'm like, oh my god, I'm pulling out and I'm wasting all this thread.
Yeah, I just made a note for myself.
Oh, good. So, yeah. So anyway, that's one thing that slowed me down a little bit. But you might remember I was working on Grandma's Kitchen, and this would be a good time for you to show the pictures that we took of the fabric for inspiration. This is after your 1970s kitchen with the golds and the browns and the yellows. So, like, it's not going to be 2018 by any stretch of the imagination, but I've got the piecing all done, and it is kind of fun. I need your help.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, just think if you're our age, think of Grandma's Kitchen.
It is Grandma's Kitchen. It is cray. Why is that? Am I missing some?
How would you be missing some?
Oh, because there's orange up here.
Oh, okay.
Put your side down. Yeah. Now that in your corner, I really like that. I could stand a whole thing in just that one corner. I like those corners. The brown for me is, I try to mix it up because the brown is just so heavy.
My grandmother had a car this color brown, the Dodge.
Oh really? Did it have a shine?
I don't know. I just remember it was a brown Dodge, and she would always say the damn Dodge.
Oh,
because
really?
things would go wrong with it. So it was known as the damn Dodge.
Well, this would have been the quilt that would have been for the back seat.
Could have been.
Yeah, so I'm working on this. Okay.
Okay.
Just put it there. Okay.
You are covered in little thread things now.
I have been for like
This whole house has been.
months. Okay, so I've also got the basket weave that is... Grandma's Kitchen is based on a pattern from Angela Walters.
Okay.
And she...
The Midnight Quilter?
The Midnight Quilter. So, I did like just a very small deviation from her pattern, but I pretty much stuck to it. The other one, which I don't have the quilt top, I finished the other quilt top, and this one is, the other one that I'm working on, is also another friggin' king size. I just, I can't stand not going big. But that one's a basket weave based on this design. It's not as, like the basket patterns are not as large. They're much smaller.
Okay.
But that one I did in blue, light tan, and beige.
Nice.
And cream.
I've seen it. It's good to be cool.
So that is what I am working on. Yeah, that's it. Aaron, what are you making?
I only have one thing. So, you guys, oh my god, I am almost getting close with my first ever sweater, my flax sweater. So I have the body finished, and I have...
Stop relying on that body.
half an arm, and then I got to do the other arm. So far, it's been a very fun knit. I'm learning how to put things together. The pattern is written excellent.
What makes it excellent?
Just because I had pictures of, like, here's what we're going to do next. Here's if you want to go back and watch this video and that kind of thing. So it's just a really well-written pattern.
How did you find this?
I think I was just searching around, or someone mentioned it. Now, I know Carrots from the Budget Knitter is making a flax sweater as well. I think I heard about it before him. But he's doing his in multiple colors from scrap yarn, and his looks awesome.
Ooh.
I still like mine, but I am not in love with this color now. But maybe if I wore something crazy underneath that popped out and this toned it down. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I'm liking it.
Well, okay, so two things. I would have thought that you, just because I know how I make shirts, I would have thought that you do the sleeves separately and then knit them on. I didn't know that you knitted them like...
Well, it start at the top, then you do the yoke, then you go all the way down. You tie the sleeves off, like this one I tied off a couple weeks ago. So then, just like this, I have to pick up these stitches and then start knitting the sleeve from here.
Do you do one sleeve at a time?
Yes.
You don't just keep going?
No, that's why I'm doing this right or left. I don't know which one's the back or front. That part I just kind of need to figure out. But,
it looks like the way you're holding it, you have the front facing you.
So it could be. So I think by the time we do it next, I will be finished. But I am enjoying it. One thing I am using for the... Okay, so honestly, I used the Licky, Likey, the L-word needles for the first time with this sweater for the arms. All of this I did with my Zings, which I love, and I made the hat, before I forget where it is, I made the hat with these Licky, Likey, L-word needles. I love the way they look. There's nothing wrong with the joins. The cords are fine, but I thought they would be just a little bit more slick. And I used wool yarn on one. I used
what's this?
Acrylic yarn. So this one, acrylic wool. So this is, I think, Cascade 220. It's just regular scrap yarn I had. This white stuff, I don't know what it was because it's scrap yarn.
So, and you're going to complain that I'm taking a scrap yarn hat.
Whatever. So I'm just a little underwhelmed by the way, I know wood grabs, but it's just grabbing more than I thought it was. Maybe I'm the jerk here, but I thought they would be like, oh, everything's awesome and sliding, and these are the best needles I've ever used. So far, for me personally, they are not the best needles I ever used, but I still need to try another project before. I'm not going to give up on them, but I used a 4, I think I'm using a 5 now, and I used the 4.5, so it's not just these. I just thought they would be a little bit more smoother and not grab onto the yarn.
Can you sand them a little bit? With a very, 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 like,
no,
even
because
like Brillo?
I think that would take off the finish that they have on here, and now just make them grab more.
You should ask Roland, our neighbor.
I should.
He would know how to fix them.
But then I don't want to sand down $100 knitting needles. I think I went to metal needles, or whatever they are, and kind of fell in love with that. Now that I went back to wood needles, I think I'm kind of like, ugh. So there's probably nothing wrong with these. I just went from metal, or whatever the zings are, here, and then doing the sleeves, I went to these, and I'm kind of meh. But that just, meh.
Now,
it's first world problems.
Do you see a project or a fiber type that that would be good for?
I don't know. Like, I haven't tried cotton on these, so maybe cotton is just like, woohoo! But so far I've tried acrylic.
Cotton sounds like it would grab even.
Yeah, I think so. I tried acrylic and wool. And it's just, again, I'm not going to give up on them, but I just wanted you to know that I wasn't like,
but you're not like wanting
wow.
to, you're not wanting to like hell no and throw them.
Oh no, I'm not throwing them away or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm just, these are my first impressions of knitting one item with it and a sleeve with that.
So you know what that reminds me of? So
I do not.
Is it difficult for you mid-project to say abandon those needles and go for another?
No, because that's what I did. If again, the last conversation I had last podcast was my zings, the 16-inch were too tight, so that's why I started with my wood needles. I forget what they're called, Takumi or something like that. So I did the yoke, everything like that with my wood needles because the 16-inch circulars had more kind of room to work. Then once I got to about here, I switched over to my zings and flew through it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sleeves, again, the zings don't. They come to like here, so
but
it's
you
hard to
wouldn't,
knit. I went back to these.
Okay, so but you wouldn't have like a density issue.
There possibly could be, obviously because of different needles. But looking at this right now, I'm not seeing it. I'm probably doing everything wrong since I used 3 different sets of needles on here. But it looks good, except for one stitch. Right here.
Don't point out your mistakes.
It's driving me insane.
Don't point out your mistakes.
No, it's not my mistake. It's the yarn.
Don't pull out the yarn's mistake. We beat ourselves. Like I do the same thing when I was going through and I was noticing that they were like, oh, maybe it's just shifted a little bit and it's not perfect. And it's like we want to, like, we're so hard on ourselves that we point out those mistakes and it's like nobody else is going to. There's an airplane.
Sorry about that.
What's that? Hell, it's not. What kind is that?
An airplane?
Airplane, but it's not like
a
commercial.
Cessna? It's probably a Cessna or a seaplane because we live semi-close to the water.
Yes. Anyway, mistakes.
Mistakes. No, it's not. It's just.
It's not a mistake.
It's not a mistake.
It's a flaw.
It's a flaw in the yarn that was like just chunkier. I should have cut it out. I just kept on knitting, kept on going. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be fine. Maybe I'll put your little pound cake patch on the back.
No, you can put head boy on there.
Put head boy on the front of my sweater, and never wear it out because you never know what that would tell people.
This is true.
This is very true.
Well, you know what?
So that's what I'm making.
I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're making it.
I'm almost finished.
Do you know this one has been like lollygagging, dragging his feet, and like hemming and hawing, and constantly like he has these aspirations, and then all of a sudden he's like found one excuse after another not to do the sweater. And I'm so glad that you finally
the excuse is life.
You peeled the lid off this cat box.
I did. That sounds disgusting. Peeled the lid off this cat box. I hope we keep that lid on. Yeah, but I'm ready, and I'm ready for my next sweater. So I'm gonna get up there and get them just in time for summer.
Okay.
Okay.
So, next up, had to have it.
Had to have it.
I'm going to go first.
Go for it.
If you don't mind.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So, hey, quilters. Allison Glass.
Ooh, there's a name drop.
Dude, she
I love this stuff.
is a designer after my own heart. She really, really, really loves colors and patterns. This is I ordered the remix kit, and we've got,
I love that one.
like, I love it just because it's like tessellated, repeating patterns, tessellation. And then this one, it's got books. I'm what you call a reader.
That is cool.
Yeah, and it's got little rabbits on it.
Books and octopi.
Is that? Oh, it's a turtle. I thought it was a UFO.
There's a turtle. I didn't even see it before.
Yeah, and there's that octopus and cupcakes. There's the little turtle.
Scissors.
What is this? Is that like a paint thing? Like a little, you would dye eggs?
Maybe, because there's pencils underneath it.
Yeah. And then she rounds it out with some black. Ugh, I can't reach. And then we've got some white and gold.
That just reminds me of P. Diddy for some reason. I have no idea why.
That one?
Yeah, I don't know why. Something about it screams P. Diddy.
And then you've
Bad
got
boy.
the same as the same pattern, just in white as the black. P. Diddy, if that's what you want to call it.
Don't know why.
And then we've got more black and white.
That looks like one of those coloring books that you, like on your
totally.
iPad that you fill in the color.
Totally. And then this one, it's just text, which is fun. I have no clue. And then this is the one I'm going to actually pull it out because this one came in 4 circles, and I definitely would not. I don't want to chop them up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I was thinking, like do 4 something or something.
Looks like moths and butterflies. Moths mostly.
It's just like very, not kaleidoscope, but it's kind of psychedelic.
Yeah. I think moths are in. My friend Mercedes sent me a picture of somebody who's crocheting just moths that are like this big. You know, you crochet the bears and elephants and stuff. They're just moths, and I thought that was very interesting.
So I am, and I actually have more Allison Glass coming. Nice. So that's my had to have it, and I don't have. This is one of those for your stash. You have no clue exactly what you're going to do with it, but when you see it, I want to jump on the opportunity because at some point they go out of print.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like how much people will mark up out of print fabrics, stuff that you can get at Joann's.
Do you think it's like a limited edition or?
Yeah, I mean, just like if you're that won't show up good. If it's just something that is just would have been popular and like people will just buy it up.
Yeah. Well, like this red yarn I used, I looked it up because I was like, I don't have enough to make this whole hat. And when I looked it up, it was like 14 something, but it was being shipped from somewhere pretty far, and the money, I was just like, I'm just gonna create a red, white, and blue hat instead. So it makes sense that people jack up prices because if you're trying to finish a project and you're out, and they're the only one that has it, they're not gonna give it to you.
It's a seller's market. So anyway, love remix, and I'm sure it's very inspiring. There's going to be something cool that comes out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
That is my had to have it.
My had to have it. I haven't bought any yarn. I'm taking a break from purchasing yarn, but I did purchase, which I can't really show you that much detail. Stephen West had 25% off all patterns during the spring, and I knew I wanted Expiration Station, and I wanted to see what else was out there, but I saw he had an ebook that had Expiration Station in it anyways, so I purchased that, and I just printed it out. I'm kind of jazzed about it. There's probably 9 or 10 patterns in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a lot of patterns in here, and If you like Stephen West, great. If you don't, totally get it. He's a little different at times, but some of his stuff is very creative and
I'm
awesome.
sorry, they're all scarves?
Shaws.
Shaws.
Yeah, I think all of these were shaws.
The eyeball's not on it, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, really?
Wait, I forget if I might have bought the eyeball shaw separately, which I kind of want to make because when they're stretched out, they don't look very cool to me, but when they're actually on and wrapped, I think they look pretty snazzy.
It's definitely a statement piece.
And I really like this dotted rays one. So I think sometime this summer, I'm going to cast on this dotted rays and try to make... I like the color that he used. It's not a color that I would usually go for, but it kind of reminds me of an older 50s car color. So I'm kind of attracted to it. And why are cars so boring color? Like right when I saw that, I thought of a 50s car. And I feel like all our cars these days are just like silver, black, and that's it. Did I have this conversation before? In my head or with somebody else? I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited to someday do this dotted rays. I would like to make the eyeball shawl. And I think the sale was 25% off only for 1 week, and that was a week or two ago. So if you didn't get it, maybe there's a summer sale coming up. But yeah, look at all this.
You got work to do.
I do have a lot of work to do. I mean, it has, oh God, it has plenty of stuff in here to keep you very, very busy. So that's all. Had to have it because I'm trying to.
But wait, there's more.
What is there?
You had to have it. I got you something.
Did you really?
Yes.
Do I open it now?
Of course. That's why I already cut it open.
Oh. I don't even know what this is. It's a huge yarn ball.
Which
is Seahawks or Sounders colors.
Or the world.
It is the world, actually. The yarn ball is the world. This is cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Were you just surfing the interwebs and
you know me.
This is awesome. And I like the fabric. It doesn't... It
you
feels
know
like,
me.
Like, I do know you. You're always searching and searching for stuff. Thank you very much. I'm totally going to rock this. Maybe I'll wear it next episode. Maybe.
But wait. There's more.
What is this? There's a helicopter. Sorry, I'll cut it off. What is it a mug that has the world on it?
No.
Okay. I don't know where to be. I feel like...
It's already open.
Is it? This is me. This is me.
Aaron, watch Chippy.
Ah!
Watch Chippy.
Okay.
It is a mug.
It's not a hobby. It's a post-apocalyptic life skill. Let me do that again. In English this time. It's not a hobby. It's a post-apocalyptic life skill. I've never been good at pronouncing apocalyptic.
There you go.
Gosh, I have to say it like that. That's so cute. Sorry. I like that. That's fun. Let's see if I can get there. But wait. I don't have anything for you. No, this is very sweet. Thank you very much.
No, that's fine. You gave it to me after the casino.
We went to the casino last night. It was very fun.
And somebody won big last night.
I did. But I ain't saying how much because the IRS watches this. Just kidding. It wasn't.
Oop, I was backwards. He worked a slot machine. He slayed the slot machine.
I did. I slayed it. I said, "You are mine."
I did not. I lost it. So I got my money back.
I gave him his money back.
Yes.
We still had some to buy beer and that good stuff.
I didn't have any beer. I had French fries and chicken strips.
Oh, it's been a while since I've had a Mac and Jacks. It was delicious.
You had two.
I had two. They're so good once they hit your lips. It's delicious.
Oh, beer. Okay,
Oh, beer.
so up next, me knit purdy
someday. I mentioned this on the last episode, but what I'm going to make next to go with Chip's grandma's kitchen is this pillow pattern. I showed my yarn I got last time, which are kind of the oranges, the greens, the browns, which accompany that quilt, and I am anxious to get started with it. Looks like you just knit some squares and some rectangles and then somehow put them together. I don't know how to put them together yet, but I'm sure the instructions are going to tell me how to do that.
Which is great, because you're going to learn something new.
Yeah, and the back of the pillow is interesting as well. It has like looks like little star patterns and some stripes and stuff. So.
Extra.
It is very extra. And I'll let you know how it is to knit up. And it's the Geometric Pillow. So it was a free pattern. I found it on Ravelry. It took me to another website, and then I had to sign up and log in. Yeah, it's Annie. Find supplies at anniescatalog.com. But no, I'm excited to use it. That way we can have accompanying pillows to go with the grandma's kitchen quilt.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is that you?
That is I. That's what I'm working on next.
So me, so purdy someday. I have actually, besides the work in progress, Grandma's Kitchen, I've also got summer coming up, and I'm pretty short on shorts. So I've already made Quick Sews K4045 men's shorts, and actually that's a really good pattern. It's pretty easy to follow.
Is that what you made my shorts out of? Mm-hmm. Okay, I wear them.
Sizes are pretty true to fit, and yeah, I mean, like, you wore the pair that I made you like it was going out of style. Which I'm glad.
I liked them.
Which
so
I'm glad.
I wore them.
So, but I need some this year. But I think I'm going to raise the shorts just a little bit so that they're not quite to the knee. So I might either do 9 inches. I'm going to experiment and see what looks good.
I don't think mine went exactly to the knee, but I could be wrong.
All right, so then I'm going to do those. I'm shopping my stash, and I've got just a twill, basic color. I can have a pop of color t-shirt with it, so I'm going to do a pair in that kind of gray color. I'm going to go for it in this blue. I think it's fun. It's a nice twill. And then this peach color.
Is that peach?
It's peach. It might be reading, it's like an orangey peach.
Yeah, it's reading from the monitor, it's reading a little bit more red than it actually is.
So it's like, it's an orangey peach color. And I thought, you know what? Here's twill. And so I'm going to make 3 pairs of shorts. It's so much easier.
Okay, I thought you were going to use these all together.
No.
I'm like, that's heavy.
No. So it's easier, like, it's just as much trouble to make 3 pairs than it is 1 pair.
Yeah.
You've got to cut out the pattern. You've got to cut out the pieces. Well, actually, no. You never, ever, ever cut the pattern. You make a duplicate and use that. Because I've gone up in size, but I still have the original masters. So like I can keep going and referring back to this. You never, ever, ever touch the original. So I make copies out of I could use Pellin interfacing.
Okay. Is that really thin white stuff? Okay.
So that's the best thing that I've ever come, just tracing it, and then even that I can do like 3 different pairs.
What if the pockets had just like you made shorts out of this, had just like a hint of this orange around the pockets? Is that too much?
No, I could do that. So like, you're saying on the...
I mean, like the craziest, smallest accent. Yeah. Just like inside. So if you opened up your pocket, there's this little hint of orange or something?
I could totally do that.
I think that would look kind of snazzy, actually.
I will keep that in mind, because it's like, it's like when you're making clothes for yourself, is this worth it to make it for yourself? Because it ain't cheap. It ain't. It's not like going to Old Navy or wherever for a cheap pair of shorts.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna go through trouble, make them custom, make them for you, make them special, make them something that you couldn't get off the shelf.
Yeah.
So I like that suggestion. So I could put that on the just the inside of the pocket, and I could probably do like a little embellishment on the back. Actually, these call for a side pocket, which those are a no-no in today's fashion.
Oh, that would make them the cargo shorts.
Which we don't want to do.
And per the news, you can't do that.
You cannot. I will lose my gay card and lose my fan. They might take my fan.
Yes, don't take our fan away.
All right, so I have one more thing, and I forgot to run and get the material from downstairs and the pattern. But one of my friends, I owe her a second maxi dress. So she said, "Oh, I'm going to New York in a couple of weeks. I need you to make me that dress." So I'm going to be zip. Well, at least the pattern's already cut out.
Yeah.
All I have to do is cut out the material, and it's actually a dress that I made on the serger. So it's not like going to suck my life away.
Is it going to be, what material are you going to use it? So is it going to be breathable because it's going to be New York in summertime?
That's what I'm thinking. It was like a little bit heavier of a material. So like, but that's what she wanted. So that's what I give her.
She gets what she gets.
She gets what she gets. So
Nice.
that's me so pretty someday.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to get started on all these.
You know what, Aaron?
What?
Isn't it nice to get things?
It is.
I have an idea.
What's your idea, Chip?
Maybe we should do a giveaway.
Why would we do a giveaway? Because we hit over 250 subscribers.
Did we really?
We did, actually. It's been, well, this is going to be our 6th. So in 5 episodes, we got
A couple months.
over 250. Yeah. Which we're thankful for everyone who actually tunes into our little, tacky little show. No, it's great. So we thought we would give a couple things away. Nothing extravagant, but something that we think that maybe somebody out there would use.
Yes. So I've already showed this book before that I am working out of. When I originally bought this book, it was bought as brand spanking new. It was not new. So when I opened it, it came with the pattern and everything, but then on the spine, the spine was coming apart.
Okay.
And so I complained to the seller on Amazon, or I like to call it Chipazon, and they sent me another book, but I didn't have to send the other one. So I'm actually going to keep the broken one, and you're going to get the brand spanking brand new one. North American contestants only, please.
Yeah.
Not including Canada.
Sorry, people that are outside of the U.S., but with shipping fees and everything.
It's a gesture.
Like, there's this guy, I think it's the Knitting Wolf or something like that. He makes this awesome yarn, and he's from Canada. And I always want to order his yarn, but I don't think he ships outside of Canada. And I just want to see it. I think it's called Knit Wolf or Knitting Wolf. He does a lot of, his yarn is modeled after actually drag queens like Sasha Velour and RuPaul. So kind of look up Knitting
This has
Wolf
got to
or
be
something
the
like that.
gayest episode.
This is a pretty gay episode. But he just has great yarn that I just want to touch and see in person, and I just don't think we can make that happen because of shipping charges.
But back to Denise Schmidt.
I was just talking about shipping and stuff. That's why people outside these
I understood. What I liked, and I mean, the basket weave quilt that I'm working on came from this book. And there are other ones, and I just have to read the part of the introduction, which this is why I want to share this book. It's not just the inspiration or the patterns that are within the spine. It's also like her intention for the reader. And it says, well, while some projects in this book can be made relatively quickly, this is not a book of fast and easy projects you can create in an evening or two. Quilts are big. They are labors of love and require a fairly serious amount of investment of time. A book of traditional quilt patterns, some of which require cutting out thousands of tiny pieces, seems to go against the grain of most crafting books these days. Our culture demands instant gratification and even faster results. I hope you can embrace the idea of slow craft. and enjoy the opportunity to engage in a satisfying contemplative pastime that offers rewards relative to your efforts. I love that. It's really about, it's not just trying to get it done.
It's enjoying the journey, not just the destination.
Exactly. And fear not, this book is not for, you're not going to have to cut out thousands of tiny little pieces. There are some that are more intricate, but it's like, do what's good for you and that you know that you want to tackle. But don't just try to race and cut corners just to say, hey, I've made something. Enjoy the process. It's, it's like when they say, oh, what is recreation? Recreation is the opportunity to recreate yourself. And so, like, for me, this is my recreation. I'm recreating myself, getting away from work, getting away from my issues, and just escaping. And I hope the lucky winner enjoys this book. But wait, there's more.
There is more. So I am going to give away 2 Mercer muffs.
Woo!
Woohoo! So I was trying to look at the ones that were downstairs. I was looking through them, like, which ones do I give away? And these are some of the...
You're not giving that one away, are you?
I am giving this one away.
Really?
Should I not? Yes. I like this one.
That's beautiful.
I know. So here is muff number 1.
I really like that one.
I like this one a lot, but our fan is worth it. So if you want to look at it right there, it's very colorful and very awesome. And then also...
But wait, there's more.
Also a double muff. So here's the double muff. This is more of a... What color is this? It's more of a...
Easter.
Easter? I'm not seeing Easter.
I'm getting...
But it's going to be a double
I'm getting
muff.
purple. It's like a lavender.
A lavender purple. So technically we have...
So we're going to do this in 2... We're going to have 2 winners. So it's going to be 1 for the sewist.
Yes.
And 1
for the muffs. So you can...
For those who like to crochet and knit.
Yeah. So these are all crocheted. This one is made out of homespun yarn. And this one, I'm not sure. So that's the fun part. You can keep both muffs. You can give both muffs away. All I ask is if you win and you have them sent to you, if you don't want them, give them to a friend or please donate to a shelter near you. That's my only stipulation. But yeah, if you get North America, not Canada, not outside the U.S., we would love to.
Not Mexico.
Whatever. So yeah, and if you get one, give one to a friend if you want to. So here's how we're gonna do it. We know not everybody.
How are we gonna do it?
I know not everybody has Instagram, not everybody has Facebook, everybody pronounces email. So we have a question that we're gonna ask, and the question is, where is it? What is your favorite thing to make in the summertime?
We're only like 2 weeks away from summer, dude.
Yeah.
June 21st.
So all you have to do is answer below. You don't have to write a novel, but if you want to, let your heart desire go. So just answer your favorite thing to make in the summertime. If you're a quilter, talk about that. If you're a sewer, if you're a crocheter, if you're a knitter. Then what we're going to do...
Wait, slow down. So respond to the question.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite thing to make for summer? And then please put I'm a sewist or I'm a knitter or crocheter. That way we know which one you're going after. If you happen to be into all of them, your chances are even better.
Yeah. Then we're going to write down numbers and then your name. And let's say 20 people enter. Our next episode, we're going to go, computer, give us a number between 1 and 20.
Your random number between 1 and 20 is 19.
She said our random number between 1 and 20 is 19. And then we're going to do it that way. We think that's probably the most fair, again, because we know not everybody is on the Instagram and things like that. And we just want everybody who watches the show and who held on this long to the end of the show to have an opportunity to enter this giveaway. So you have until, let's say, June 9th of 2018.
Is that Saturday?
Your comment below. It is a Saturday because we'll probably tape that Sunday.
Oh, cool.
We'll probably tape that Sunday. That way we can be all set and prepared. So yeah, it's exciting. Somebody's going to get an awesome book and somebody's going to get some muffs.
Yay!
Yay! Everybody wins.
Yeah. So you know what? Work.
With that, we will see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
On guard.
I don't know what this means.
No.
We're going to break. Don't do that. Bye.
Oh my God, bye.